the league versus Caitlin Clark. And that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next.
All right, guys, buckle up. Today we dive into a courtroom showdown that starts with tension and only builds from there. Christopher Bushnell stands before the judge on charges that are as serious as they come. From the moment his name is called, you can feel the weight in the room. Charged with deadly conduct with a firearm, he's already in trouble, but things spiral when the court reveals he tested positive for marijuana just days before this hearing. The judge doesn't miss a beat, calling him out for disrespecting probation terms and questioning how he could risk his freedom again. It's not just about the weed, it's about disregard for second chances. And just like that, the judge makes it clear, this won't be brushed off.
Even 3 years ago, you were not talking about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys. Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A. point.
A response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life.
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go.
Stephen A., I'm talking to you. Wow. Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Really appreciate
my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of
and Molly Karam offering differing opinions on Clark's impact.
Go based on the standing. Okay. Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind.
Things escalate quickly in part 2 as Bushnell tries to explain himself. He claims he smoked marijuana 2 days before knowing he had court. The judge is visibly unimpressed, pointing out the absurdity of doing something illegal right before standing in front of a sentencing judge. Courtroom mood turns ice cold. The defense scrambles to suggest he could be released with a monitor, but the judge isn't having it. He's seen this movie before. A second chance wasted is still wasted. Bushnell's prior opportunities seem to mean nothing to him, and now the court must weigh leniency against public safety. What started as a probation review is clearly becoming something much more serious.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding, but Angel...
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silent.
The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all.
There were a lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Are
they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chanae. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation.
Now the courtroom hears from Mario Blunt, Bushnell's co-defendant, and things take a sobering turn. Unlike Bushnell, Blunt seems to understand the gravity of the situation. He calmly admits guilt and makes no excuses. The judge, in contrast to how he treated Bushnell, listens carefully. It's a clear contrast, one defendant facing accountability, the other seemingly clueless about the consequences of his actions. Blunt's demeanor works in his favor, and it highlights just how different outcomes can be when respect is shown to the process. But the judge still reminds him, just because he's being respectful doesn't mean the sentence will be light. This is still about a deadly weapon and reckless behavior.
She's going to be dogged by better defenders one-on-one. And of course, on the defensive end, she's got to go play defense. So I'm not sure what the scheme will be to protect her because nobody has talked about her as a defender. And there's reason.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out there.
But when you were waving your hand in Caitlin Clark's face when you were beating her for the national championship, everybody remembered then that you belonged in the WNBA and your future was going to be on the pro level. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Who are these?
Back to Bushnell, and this time there's no way out. The judge pulls no punches, tearing into Bushnell's behavior with surgical precision. He questions why Bushnell should be trusted with freedom when he can't even follow basic probation rules. The defense team tries to salvage the moment, offering weak justifications about maturity and development, but the judge is unmoved. This isn't a therapy session, it's court. And Bushnell had his shot. You can almost feel the silence in the room as reality sinks in. The judge wants answers, but Bushnell has none. He chose a gun, he chose drugs, and now he must deal with the consequences of both.
I take an injury, let's be real. I literally played with my ankle like a golf ball, like a little golf ball when we played against Iowa. And like pain, you know I'm hurt when like I can't play. Like they don't have to tell me like you shut down, like you can't play. That's what they was telling me yesterday. Like you shut down, like you can't.
A WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for League MVP honors. She ain't beating Asia Wilson for the MVP. But she's beating Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over.
And they're fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball.
The effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever in Indiana game last night. And the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the...
Now the focus shifts to the community impact of Bushnell's actions. The judge paints a picture of the risk posed when young people misuse firearms, and how probation isn't a playground. This isn't about punishing Bushnell just to be tough. It's about protecting everyone else. The marijuana violation? Just the tip of the iceberg. The real issue is behavior that shows no fear of consequences. Judges often have to choose between rehabilitation and removal, and Bushnell is forcing his hand. His actions scream that he's not ready to re-enter society without structure. In moments like these, courtroom leniency becomes dangerous, and the judge refuses to gamble with lives.
And the Fever scored 110. That was a WNBA record. And on top of it all, she dropped 35. Caitlin Clark, and, you know, obviously she lead the league in assists and all this other stuff. She's phenomenal. She just is.
Listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout. I have 11 other minds on my team and in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it. My goal is just to go out there and be the best that I can be for my teammates, both on and off the court, and we're going to go out there and be us.
The first player in WNBA history to lead the league in assists and three-pointers made, and she has now scored the most points by a guard in a single season in WNBA history. As a rookie, also the first person in history to lead the league in assists and being top 10 in points. I don't think y'all understand how difficult that is.
The sentencing moment is here, and the verdict is harsh but not surprising. The judge hands Bushnell 5 years in TDC, sending a clear message that probation isn't a free ride. There's no joy in the judge's voice, only disappointment. He gave Bushnell opportunities that many never get, and each one was thrown away. Even the courtroom feels the weight of the moment. As Bushnell is taken away, there's no drama, just silence. A young man who once had his future in his hands is now facing hard time. This wasn't inevitable. It was a choice again and again to ignore every warning. The judge's tone is clear. This was preventable, and that's what makes it so tragic. Alright guys, what a roller coaster. From missed chances to a 5-year sentence, this case shows exactly how quickly things can unravel when responsibility is ignored. Christopher Bushnell had every opportunity to turn things around, and he didn't. The judge didn't enjoy this outcome, but he refused to let second chances become wasted ones. In contrast, Mario Blunt showed what accountability looks like and may walk a very different path. These moments remind us why the courtroom matters, not just as a place of punishment, but as a line between second chances and final warnings. If you found this case as compelling as we did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.